Hello everyone. If you have been keeping up with recent videos, you will know that I recently did a video about eyeball tattooing, and I just found far too many good videos on TikTok that are worthy of reacting to that I had to make a part 2. So that's what today's video will be.
The reason my eyeballs are black, I suffer from night terrors, and what I see in my terror actually has black eyeballs and kind of looks a lot like me, but that was one of the reasons. And when I was younger, I
would
used
cry
to
every
draw
day.
all the eyeballs black on National Geographic on my mom's magazines. Then when I found out you could do it, I thought it was a good idea. I wouldn't get my eyeballs tattooed again for a couple reasons. One, the sun hurts. My pupils don't dilate the way they normally would because I don't have any reflection of light in my eyes. And there's a lot of questions about my eyes.
I mean, they look sick.
How long have you had it? Are you blind? That was a dumb one. Can I see your eyes? Which they're looking at me already, so I don't really know how to answer that one. Can I stare into your eyes, which is super awkward for strangers? How bad did it hurt? The obvious questions, really.
The fact that it has that kind of effect where the sun isn't reflecting properly and is hurting your eyes is quite a concern. I think this is important stuff that needs to be shared though. The fact that someone as heavily tattooed and modified as this person is willing to share this information, I think is really important and really brave. Not many people want to admit to wishing they hadn't done something or wishing they hadn't done something as extreme as this, because they're obviously going to get people in the comments basically having the attitude of serves you right. There's always people who are going to say it, and I don't think that is right. And I think it's super brave for people to come out and say something like this, like, kind of wish I hadn't got them, because it's caused some effects that are pretty annoying thing that happen in everyday life, like the sun and light probably as well would be annoying. Like, how do you deal with that? How do you get around that?
Can you remove an eye tattoo? I get asked this question quite a lot, and most people think that you can't remove eye tattoos, but I'm going to tell you that you can. Now, it's a little bit different than if you wanted to remove like a regular tattoo from your body like they do with a laser. Removing an eye tattoo is a little bit different, but let me show you how it's done. It's really simple. All you do is walk up in your kitchen, grab yourself a spoon, and then you just...
I knew that was coming. Hilarious. I mean, it probably is the only way out though.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's hell in there. It's horror. You have to be a certain type of person to survive.
That is brutal. This lady has a few different videos, so clearly it didn't go so well in the healing.
Well, at the moment, the outside is okay, as you can see, but the inside seems to be getting worse with floaters and blurriness. Doctors say I can very much go into total blindness, and once it is gone, there is no going back. Let me show you what I see.
Oh. That's rough. That's really sad, actually. How brutal.
Thank God these bad boys help me see. This magnifier was given to me by Northern Ireland's sensory team. It helps me see a lot. They also gave me this to help see what bus to get on, as I can no longer drive.
This is awful. I wish this person didn't have to go through this. This is awful, and I feel really bad for them. Like, to the point where it's affecting your eyesight that badly that potentially your eyesight's just going to get worse and worse, and you never would have thought you would have to use those kind of things to be able to see.
I'm grateful, sir. Lion! God, everything.
I mean, she's got a good sense of humor. It says people with tattooed eyeballs telling me before I did mine that people barely had bad side effects. I can completely agree with this person. It does seem like for the most part on the internet, it's just like everything went fine. It all went well. It's generally not until years later that people who used to say they had great experiences, it slowly comes out that maybe it's not such a great idea and they have these bad side effects, which is why I think it is really important for people to put this kind of content out there where this poor woman is getting torn apart online for doing it. I think it's really courageous that this woman is sort of going, yeah, look, I did it. It got really fucked up and now this is what I'm dealing with. But she's like making a joke of it all because that's clearly her way of coping with it and getting like the message across, which I think is really smart. I think what she's doing is actually great. I'm really sad that this is happening to her. I think it's really important that she's putting this narrative out about eyeball tattooing rather than like, look how good my eyeball tattoos look. Nothing wrong ever. They just look really sick and that is it. Because I think it would be a really scary thing to come out and say, yeah, look, I f***ed up. I probably shouldn't have done this. It's affecting my eyesight. It's painful. It's inflamed. Like whatever it is, it's hard to come out and talk about that. I mean, not that I've had this kind of body mod, but even coming out and talking about my back tattoo, I was terrified to make a video about that because it's a permanent thing that you don't want to regret. And then having to come out and say that you regret it because of certain reasons is rough. It's terrifying and it sucks. And people will have their opinions on that. Much respect for this person for coming out and saying all this stuff, like, good. It sucks that no one is talking about it. Let's talk about it more, please. Steroid drops for the rest of my life after not taking my 8-year-old daughter's advice to not get my eyeballs tattooed. How did the daughter know that that probably wasn't a good idea? A lot of people are coming at this lady in the comments, like constantly just like trashing her, dragging her for doing this. I don't believe it's right to be out here going like, serves you right, and making these people feel worse than they already do. For anyone who's going through any kind of pain or eyesight problems or anything related to getting the eyeball tattoos, some people are just plain mean, but this woman clapped back so hard and I love this. Good on you. I love her so much.
Oh my God, you want to talk about mother? Oh, you want to talk about mother? Your mother's so old that her breast milk is powder. You breastfeed like this.
She don't give a fuck. She's just throwing it straight back in their face and I love it. That was the best response that anyone could have ever given. Point of view, pretending to help my mum look for the pain relief eye drops I hid because I told her not to tattoo her eyeballs. This lady has such a dark sense of humor. Like, I don't want to laugh because that's not, like, it's not funny that that's happened to her, but she's clearly like, well, what else am I gonna do? If I can't find humor in it, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this situation. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like down below and subscribe if you're new here, and I'll be back very soon. Bye.